sort of shades of WikiLeaks here, because you remember that the documents leaked ultimately in WikiLeaks were accessed by a private in the US Army. Sly joins us. Sly, good morning, dear.
Good morning, gents.
When did Vic Pol first realise they had a problem?
Generally, the Chief Commissioner, as early as just before Christmas, became alarmed at material that had come out of the Bikie Task Force Echo, which showed disturbing links between a number of police and members of the outlaw motorbike gangs. As a result, he formed a group called Eagle, which was an internal investigation into those links, and they had about 7 suspects on their radar. One was a middle-aged senior constable from a northern suburb, and he was raided about 3 weeks ago, and hundreds of documents have been found at other addresses as part of that investigation. Checking that senior constable's records, there were more than 1,000 suspicious calls, and some seem to link back to the Hells Angels. What's disturbing is that this middle-aged man has only been in the job for 6 years, and some of these documents that have been recovered go back to 2010. So if we assume he's been doing this for 3 years, the question is, how did he go bad so quickly, or indeed, was he a sleeper?
Yes.
Which means that the new task force will drill back even further and have already accessed his application and will be going to the referees to work out who the hell this bloke was.
All up, how many police are there that were leaking to bikie gangs?
Too early to tell. As I said, there's about 7 suspects. The general pattern has been that they have become close to these people through mutual interests, whether it be motorbikes, whether it be working out at these muscle gyms, and whether there's steroids involved. They've been the normal pattern. This one's not like that. This bloke's not a gym junkie, and it's not like a member of the post office who just grabs some stuff and takes it home. The material that has been recovered from the leap computer, but also from other intelligence sources, appear to be very specific, and so that this fella allegedly was after specific documentation. The worry, of course, is there are names on these internal documents which include informers, police working on it, and the state of some investigations.
Sly, do all police, irrespective of their rank, have access to the material inside the Leap computer?
Well, it's like anything else. You have to log on with a password, and so there's an audit trail. So whether this fellow has been using other people's passwords or whether he's managed to break the system, we don't know. More disturbingly is that he's got into other intelligence areas that perhaps he shouldn't have had access to in the beginning.
Like what?
What we do know is that there's no indication that the Echo Task Force, which is the Bikie Task Force, has been infiltrated. Although, interestingly, there was an attempt there where a detective from another area kept asking questions of what Echo was doing. Now, first off, they thought, well, this is good, he's interested. But when they drilled down, they found he was a close personal friend of the president of the Comancheros, had travelled overseas with him and had been to his child's christening. Not the sort of person you want asking questions about top-level secret investigations.
So what if I'm a junior constable? Do I get a password and can I get in the Leap system and look at whatever I want?
You have to be able to explain it, which is what... There was a crackdown on this particular stuff because people were just accessing material. For example, if John, you were arrested and you've got a high profile, board police on night shift would go into the system and see what they knew about you. But now they're told you can't do that. You've got to have a reason to do it. Clearly there will be a review on that, and I think there will be a review on recruiting per se. Certainly there's already moves to increase the admissions by recruits as to who they know over possible conflict of interest. So if your second cousin that you don't like is a bikie, that's manageable. That's not your fault. If you are married to a bikie, well, that's a serious problem and you probably won't be admitted. And there'll be serious punitive measures for lying for that. Certainly in South Australia, they even have a lie detector test where you're asked questions about bikie affiliations and if you've taken illicit drugs. Once recruits learn that, or potential applicants, some of them decide not to turn up to the next meeting.